What's up, guys? It's Geo, and welcome to a showdown replay, a subscriber battle I actually had recently in my 20 subscriber tournament, which was a lot of fun. Thank you to everybody who came out for that. But anyway, I have a battle against SpriteChaserZ in today's battle, and it's actually been a while since I did a showdown replay, so this is a little bit of foreign territory for me. Anyway, looking at his team. He actually is a pretty scary team of threats right there. I can immediately tell because he is using Galvantula that he has a sticky web team, and I'm sorry for the creaking in the background. I'm kind of adjusting my chair here so I can lean back comfortably and commentate this game. Anyway, so I know immediately he's a sticky web team, and because he's using Galvantula, and I also know that Bisharp is likely there to just keep the sticky web on the field, probably a Swords Dance knockoff Sucker Punch Iron Head. That would probably be the moveset on his Bisharp there to capitalize on any defog. And then looking at the rest of his team, I see that he only has one thing besides Kyurem to deal with Mega Venusaur. So I'm assuming that his Greninja is carrying extra sensory to deal with Mega Venusaur. Greninja's there, cool. Greninja's pretty cool and actually does some work in this match. He also has Kyurem Black, which could be banded because of Sticky Web, but I'm not quite sure at this point. He also has Dragonite, which is either weakness policy or banded, and then he has Charizard. And judging by the complexion of his team, I'm assuming Charizard is Charizard Y, so he has 3 physical attackers, 3 special attackers. But you know, it's whatever. And I brought a Fairy Tail theme team to the tournament because like I was sitting there like 30 minutes before the tournament like, oh my lord, I have absolutely no teams. This is actually pretty bad. So anyway, yeah, I brought a Fairy Tail theme team. I'm sorry if my mic went on the or my mouse went on the screen right there. Anyway, so I have an Assault Vest Azumarill. I have Mega Charizard X, which is DD Roost to Dual Stab. I have the Scarf Thundurus Therian form. I have Sash Chomp, SD Sash Chomp. I have Smooth Rock T-Tar, and I have Sandrush Excadrill. Let me actually adjust this to normal speed so I can explain my thought process real quick. But anyway, let's go. Alright, so I'm going to immediately lead Charizard as he leads with Galvantula because I wanted to basically get the quick upper edge on him because I was looking at his team and I was like, he has no stops to DD Zard X. Because it either OHKOs everything on his team with a +1 Dragon Claw or beats them by playing mind games like it would have to do with Bisharp. So I immediately lead with Natsu, the Mega Charizard X, and as he gets his Sticky Web up, I'm going to immediately Dragon Dance, which is great for me. I also know he's sashed. I'm just going to go ahead and bring him down to it with this Dragon Claw, and in the back of my mind right now, I was like, alright, he has Thunder. Thunder's resisted. I will win this game from right here, from this point forward, if I do not get parried. I was sitting there in my living room like, don't get parried, don't get parried, come on Zard, pull through, and Zard gets parried, and tears everywhere. So I'm just gonna double out into Sol, my Tyranitar, because I think it's my best thing to take this Galvantula on, and I get parried again. So that's 2 paras. I probably should have just stayed in with Charizard X, but I wanted to get Galvantula out of there with the Sand Recoil. Anyway, he goes into Zard Y, and he's going to go for the Solar Beam. And I wasn't really expecting him to go straight away for the Solar Beam. I thought he would try to predict and play around a little bit, but he was playing no games. So I immediately lose my Tyranitar, which is really bad because now I don't have a reliable way of getting Sticky Web off the field. But I'm going to go into Loxus, which is my Scarfed Thunderous Therian. He doesn't exactly know that yet. I'm going to go for the Volt Switch right here to basically try to scare him out. But he's like, nah, I'm real, and stays in. I do about 76% to him, and I'm going to go ahead and into Azumarill because there's no reason for him to go for Solar Beam versus Thundurus. So I'm just going to knock him out with the Aqua Jet here. Even though it's in the sun, Zard isn't that bulky, and he's going to go out into his Greninja here. And I'm going to go out into my Mega Charizard X essentially as a sack because I don't really have that much of a use for it. It dies to Banded, Dragonite, and Scarf Kyurem B. So he just ends up taking me out with the extra Sensory, which is fine. And the Sunlight goes away, which is good because now Azumarill stabs are boosted. And I'm just going to go for another Volt Switch versus Greninja because I completely forgot that Greninja was not Water type. And at this point in the game, I'm like, uh-oh, this is really bad. Because I'm not quite sure what I'm going to be able to do to get past this Greninja, because in order to win the game, like, I can very easily win this game by spinning away the hazards and knocking out this Greninja, and then I win with SD Chomp because I outspeed everything on his team. But anyway, I'm gonna go out into a Azumarill here and eat up this Ice Beam because like I resist that, and I have a Soul Vest, and I'm just gonna knock him out with the Aqua Jet and lower the game to 4-3 in my advantage actually. So bad start, but I'm making a comeback. He just goes straight away for the Earthquake. He's not playing around, and I'm gonna go into Thunderous Therian form, and I'm just gonna hit him with an HP Ice, and he is not Weakness Policy, and he's not Lum. I mean, he's not Weakness Policy and he's not banned, so I'm assuming he's Lum, but I'm just going to take him out with 2 HP Ices. He wasn't anticipating me for me to be Scarfed, which is why he stood in there. I'm going to pause it real quick so I could explain what was going on in my head right here. So right now, I was like, you know, this is going to be my only time to spin in this game because I'm not going to be able to switch into Kyurem very well if he's like mixed and goes for Earth Power. So that would be really bad. I don't have a chance to spin there. And so I basically have to hope that he decides to go for the Sucker Punch right here and go into Drill and spin away my... basically, I have to hope he Sucker Punches and I get a free switch into Drill to where I spin my hazards and then I win with Chomp. So we will see that he just straight away goes for the knockoff, which is a good play on his part. And that does a lot of damage. And right here I'm thinking, uh-oh. Well, I lost this game because it's going to make me hit 2 Focus Blasts in a row, and I'm not going to be able to do that. My best chance would be, you know, maybe he... Like, technically the only way I could have won the game from this point if he goes for a Sucker Punch right here is that I would knock him out with Earthquake from Chomp and then hit my Focus Blast. But as we will see, Focus Blast is kind of a problem, but he ends up going for another knockoff, predicting the switch, and I'm able to spin away the hazards, which is huge. And now this actually forces me into Garchomp. And the reason it forces me into Garchomp is because I can't have... I don't want to risk it to a roll and have Thunderous Therian form be knocked out by a Sucker Punch because I need it late game for Kyurem, because I will likely take damage unless he knockoffs again. But he's just going to get smart and go for a Sucker Punch right here. Does about half, and he's hurt by Rough Skin, and I'm just going to be able to knock him out with an Earthquake. So I'm thinking at this point, you know what? As long as I hit my Focus Blast, I win this game. Like, I have it in the bag. That was my thought process at this point. Because so here were a couple different scenarios. If he is Scarfed Kyurem Black, he's going to go for the Outrage right here. I go into my... Thunderous, and I knock him out with the Focus Blast. That's game 2. Second scenario right here. He is mixed 4 attacks, and I take him out with the Dragon Claw. Game over. Third scenario. Let's say he's like sub 3 attacks with Life Orb. Then I can still just outspeed him, take him out, or you know, whatever happens there. Let's say he's fully special, I still take him out. Let's say he's banded, I still take him out with a Dragon Claw. So at this point, I was like, you know, any scenario, I really have this in the bag. Scarf is probably the most threatening right now because I have to hit a Focus Blast, but you know, he's gotten 2 Thunder Paras that are 30% chances. You know, I should be able to hit a 70% accurate move, right? And so I'm going to go for the Dragon Claw here as he reveals he is Scarfed, hits me with the Outrage, and this is the moment of truth, guys. I'm actually gonna... Okay, there we go. So, this is the moment of truth, guys, because he's Scarfed. He will be able to knock me out with another Outrage because he has base 170 attack, and this thing is crazy. It's not broken, but it's crazy. He has base 95 speed, I have base 100. We're both Scarfed, so I will outspeed him. I can't afford to go for a Psychic because he'll knock me out. I can't go for a Volt Switch, he'll knock me out. I can't go for an HP Ice because he will knock me out. So I am left to go for the super crazy Super Saiyan Focus Blast. And I know for sure that this will knock Kyurem Black out because I have base 145 special attack. So it's just a matter of will I be able to hit my Focus Blast. He's gotten 2 Thunder Paras, and we'll see what happens. And I go for Focus Blast, and I miss. I missed Focus Blast, and he's going to be able to knock me out with an Outrage. So a very good game, SpriteChaserZ. It's a little unfortunate that the game had to end that way, especially with all the hacks that happened. But, you know, like, and don't get me wrong, SpriteChaserZ, in no way am I blaming you for the hacks that occurred. Like, I understand you can't control the RNG, and I'm not trying to blame you for that. In no way think that because like you're a really cool guy. But it's just a little bit unfortunate that the RNG had to roll that way. That was the second round of the tournament, so I was knocked out in the second round, but that's okay because I will be uploading the championship match between SpriteChaserZ and Sonic Shadow 77 tomorrow because this should be up on Sunday. Yeah, this should be up on Sunday. Alright. So anyway, a good game, SpriteChaserZ, as I already said, all that stuff. But you know, you can't control it. I'm not blaming you at all. It happens. And with that, I urge you guys, actually make sure to leave a like if you guys really did enjoy or are enjoying these subscriber battles, because I really like bringing subscriber battles to you. They're pretty fun to record because I get to battle against you guys. I get to battle against the people who like brighten up my day. So like, what better way is there to reward you guys? And also, make sure to subscribe if you guys are enjoying the constant content. And with that, I'll catch you on the flip-flop.